Every photographer has his or her way of making their own photograph look unique, look interesting, look different. And as point of all of the things that we do as a photographer and as a content creator for that matter, but I'm just going to be talking about photography mainly, we have to try and understand, we have to try and believe that the kind of content, the kind of photos that we are creating are unique and own style. Because I believe in this world where everyone is accessible to a camera, and just buying a camera and having a camera at your own disposability, just in such close proximity to that, we have cameras and smartphones that are getting even better than cameras from 10 years ago. And what that means is that there is a camera in our hands that's powerful enough to give us the opportunity and the avenue to become better photographers, just to become photographers for that matter. And what I believe with that kind of information and that kind of potential and power in your hand, you have all the knowledge and you have all the tools that you need. But then you see, everyone struggles with the idea of understanding what is my style. There is just the one objective truth that I want to take photographs that are unique to my style. That style does take a while to build. That style only builds with trial and error, and that style only builds over a period of time. You can't expect to wake up one day and have a style. You just have to understand that there are an infinite number of permutations and combinations to what you can do with a camera, to what you can do with a frame, to learn the craft better, to manage and to maintain a sense of understanding of what it is that you believe is the right way to take a photograph. So what that means is, the more you pick up a camera and the more that you go out and the more that you traverse and explore and shoot photographs, the better you get to understanding what your style is. A photographer in a professional stance is already going to have a style, but a photographer who is just learning, a photographer who has just picked up a camera, has an interest, and is developing the hobby to go around and take photographs, is always going to be conflicted, is always going to try and understand what their style is. Because they want to, because they see so many things on social media. The products of various other creators is right there at the palm of our hands. And so there's just an innate sense of insecurity. Why did I pick up this camera? Why do I have to take this photograph? And I think that's the beauty of photography. You are personally always conflicted. You're personally always just trying to fight the urge to become someone. We have so much at the palm of our hands in today's day and age that to create is the easiest thing. What to create is also the easiest thing. You just follow a trend and just go along with it. You see people shooting this particular kind of cafe or restaurant, this particular kind of vantage point to a tourist attraction. Just go there, you stand there and you shoot it. And we have this knowledge at our disposal just because we have seen these photographs taken by the people that we follow, the people that we idolize, and we just want to become them. But at some point, it has to be given credit that we have to become ourselves. We may not become ourselves that we were meant to be. Our purpose in this art form, in this hobby that we have picked up, we may not become that ever, for a matter of fact. We may never ever even reach close enough to get to a point where we can, just confidently say that I am who I am and this is my style and this is what I shoot. And just based off of that, how does one beat this conflict and emerge out of it successful, victorious, and have their own style? It's a conflict. It will always be a conflict. It's a warfare. It's a war that you fight with yourself, within yourself. And the only person to blame for this war is you. That's the funny part. This is a self-made war and a self-fought war, and the only person who's going to win or lose is going to be you. So you have to just try and understand that. It is important to have a style. People pay big money for a unique way that people do their art form. And that is the beauty of it. How much and how far can you dive deep into creating your own style? A lot of people have succeeded. A lot of people have failed, I believe. I think after a certain period of time, because technology just, I think the kind of experiences that you have become so narrowed down and shallow, which is something that I'm also facing, to be honest, at a particular point of time. I just never tried to build a style. My style that I feel is just trying to be in this dramatic environment, getting these really dramatic kind of photos and portraits and videos, if you may. I like to do dramatic videos. I always try and build some sort of drama on the subject's face in some way or the other, using some non-textbookish kind of lighting, because I anyways, as a photographer, don't use a lot of flashes. I just completely, and I swear by it, that I just completely will always keep shooting on continuous lights, because it's what you see is what you get. And I like that, to build the right kind of lighting. And I just, over a period of time, trying to learn lighting and trying to learn and understand what the hell it is that moving lights around in the frame and your location, what do they do to your subject? What do they do to the location? But then, is this my style? Is it my style to shoot with continuous lights? I don't think so. I don't think the kind of gear that you use defines your style. I think the gear that you use helps maintain or build your style, or adds elements and layers to your style that you yourself didn't know that you had. And again, that's the beauty of it. You can, over your journey as a photographer, in all the timeline that you have been photographing and creating photographs, realize that, if you just add something to this process, it will turn out to be very different. However, it's still your style. You are just enhancing it and just trying to figure out whether this layer that you're adding to your style is something that you want to keep. One of the few things that I believe you can always help build your style is to go and take 1,000 photographs of the same thing. How does that build your style exactly? See, the funny thing is, when you go and photograph the same thing, could be a flower, could be a cat, could be a building, could be a person. When you photograph the same thing 1,000 times, by the 20th time you will get bored and you'll be like, what do we do differently for the 21st? Then another 60 more photographs and you'll get bored again. And like, what can we do differently now? It's a repetitive pattern. It's going to keep going on. You will always keep taking more and more photographs, and you keep realizing that, hey, you know what, at some point, I'm getting bored. And that's the beauty of it. When you're getting bored, you start adding things to make it interesting. You can't be in your comfort zone for too long. You have to jump the hell out of a comfort zone. If you are self-aware enough that you are in a comfort zone, you have to get up and get out. The only way forward is to get out of a comfort zone. If you just love using 45-degree lighting in every shoot that you're doing, get up and get out. That lighting is the easiest way to light someone. But hey, you know what? You can do 45-degree lighting and then keep changing the location. It changes the photograph. Yes. And after the 60th time that you've changed your location, you're going to get bored. And that's the beauty of it. In the journey of creating art, you will just build your style. Now, the point of this video is essentially to get an understanding and to know that it is okay that you don't have a style right now. You actually do. You have a style of taking photographs. The more photographs you take, the more you'll be crafting this style. And the more you sit on a chair and keep doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again, you will then just kind of be bored with your own style. There is just one thing that you like, and then there is just one thing that you're going to keep on doing because you just feel it works. When something works, it's fine. You don't have to fix it. Don't fix it if it's not broken. It's a very important terminology. But how I like to think of it? I like to think of it that don't fix it if it's not broken, but fix it if it's working the same. if it is going the same way, it's not going the right way. At some point, you will take that photograph and realize, wow, I think I've done it. I think I have finally created a photograph that I am extremely proud of, because I have never seen this anywhere else. I have never seen someone take this photograph. I have created it out of thin air. Maybe it exists, maybe someone has taken this photograph, but I have not seen it. And I see a lot of people's work. That's when you will realize that, hey, you know what? I am doing something good. The art of creation has to continuously excite you. Otherwise, you will just be bored in your chair, and you will realize that, hey, I have become someone that I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be this person who sits on his chair and does nothing. When you go out and you take photographs of the same thing 1,000 times over and over again, at some point after the 1,000th time, the 1,001th time, you'll be like, hey, you know what? Now let's change the approach. Let's go out and let's take one photograph of 1,000 different things. Because what you have learned, if you don't put it to test in everything and anything that is thrown at you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work sometimes. You know, like a preset. You buy a photographic preset online. It may or may not work on the image. It may work on some image. It may not work on the exact same image with something different about it. And that's just how it is. That's when you tweak things. That's when you move things around. You just have to continuously and constantly keep tweaking things until you're happy with it. The self-awareness of where you're at with your photographic style is extremely important. If you aren't self-aware that there is something that you're doing that isn't working, it's probably not. And when you are aware about it, you can change it. There is no photographic style that is good. There is no photographic style that is bad, but it has to be you. The only way your photographs are going to start looking good to you is when you have a photographic style. That being said, there's so much on the internet. There's so many people creating so many amazing photographs, and at the same time it's being balanced out by people creating so many abysmal photographs. You know, it's the amazing and the abysmal ratio. But you have to realize that anyone that is creating a photograph is doing it in their style. It is only amazing just because they represent something that you have not seen before. They represent something that is new. They represent something that is interesting, whether it's good or whether it's not. But they represent something that is them. Show me the most interesting photographs of flowers that you can take. You like taking photographs of people? Go ahead, show me the most interesting photographs of people that you can take. And at some point in that journey of creating and exploring, you will figure out what your style is. And you will figure out that this is who you are. So that's about it from me. I also have a preset pack that I just released. Link is down in the bio. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next Talking Head video, hopefully sometime soon. Let me know in the comment sections if you like this black and white, not looking at you sort of Talking Head video. I love dramatic framing. And so this is a video dedicated to that part of me that I've always wanted to try. So that was me, and you guys know me from Instagram as Vink Photography, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.